Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Victoria Siobhan. If you're new here, if you're not, welcome back. So today I'll be doing a tutorial on how I install my wig using the Beyani Hair. I did do a review on the Beyani Hair in my last video, so if you haven't checked that one out, check that one out once we're finished with this one. I just love how this hair turned out so much. It's just so pretty, and you guys will hear me say that throughout the whole video. So yeah, I did make the wig off camera. I have other videos of how I make my wigs. If you want to see those, check those out as well. So yeah, so we're just gonna get right into how I installed it and everything that I did to it to make it look like this. So yeah, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get started. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is begin plucking my frontal. I use a white paper towel underneath my frontal because it is a lot easier to see what needs to be plucked. I actually learned this trick from watching Ericka J's masterclass. So what I'm going to do is take a thin section and begin to plucking behind that section. And it's very important to keep plucking, like move while you're plucking. Do not pluck in the same section because that's how you create bald spots and it's just not going to look good. So just keep moving when you're plucking and comb through just to see what needs to be plucked. And I'm going to do that on the other side as well. I'm sorry that my hand is in the way in this frame, but I just did the same thing, taking a small section and plucking behind that section. And then once you comb everything out, just take a look, make sure it looks like a natural hairline or the way you like it, and yeah. So I went ahead and bleached the knots off camera. So this is what it's looking like after I shampooed the hair and conditioned it. It's in its natural state, really curly and wavy. It's a really pretty curl pattern. So now I'm going to move on to hot combing my frontal. As you can see, it's nicely plucked. So I'm going to take this Pump It Up spritz and I'm going to spray that on the frontal just to get everything laying nice and flat. And I'm going to take my Kendra's Boutique hot comb. This hot comb is amazing. I used it in my previous videos. It does get up to 500 degrees. So I'm going to use that and begin to press out my frontal so that way everything is nice and smooth before I move on to the install. So now I'm going to take this whey oil. You can use any hair oil that you have as long as it's like a light oil so it doesn't weigh it down. So I'm going to use that on the frontal because sometimes with the spritz or whatever you use, like the Got2b, it kind of can dry white. So I just go over it with the hair oil and then press it out even more. And I'm taking some heat spray before I begin to crimp it. I did get this crimper from my local beauty supply store. It's called Hotter and Hotter. But what I'm going to do first is go ahead and use my spritz and my hot comb just to flatten out the top pieces before I go on with my crimper, so that way everything's flat. So this is what the hot comb looks like. It's really cute. It's pink, as you can see. I think I got this crimper for like $30 or so. I do love this crimper. It does get very hot. It's kind of like my bedhead one, but the bedhead one is not as big, so I have to take smaller sections. So if you guys like the way the waves come out with this crimper, the brand again is called Hotter and Hotter. So now moving on, now that I finished crimping the hair, I'm going to take my True Match a lace tint in the shade Dark. I'm going to spray that on the lace so that way it blends better with my skin, and then I'm going to go over it with the blow dryer on a cool setting just so that way it locks it in and it's dry. And what I love about this True Match is that it's so easy to apply. It dries in seconds, and also it just helps with the blend. I don't have to put a whole bunch of makeup on the lace. I just spray it up there and let it dry, and then we're good to go. So now I'm going to begin to put the wig on, and as you can see, I haven't even done anything other than spray that True Match, and with that True Match it just blends so good. The lace looks so good. I haven't even cut it yet or anything. Okay y'all, I haven't even done anything to the wig besides pluck it and just put it on, and I'm so in love. Like, this hairline is everything. I don't know if I'm going to pluck it more. I might leave it alone, but I just love it. I didn't even cut the lace yet, and I'm gonna cut my my wig cap, but I just wanted to see how it lays first. But it just looks so good. Okay. So now what I'm doing is just peel it back. I might not cut the cap. I don't know. I like to take it off. We'll see. I hate sleeping with a wig on. So what I'm going to do is take some bronzer, and I'm going to put that on my cap before I use my lace glue, just so that way it blends better. And then I'm going to take my lace glue, the Ericka J Hold Me Down Adhesive. I got this glue after watching Ericka J's masterclass, and if he uses it, it must be really good, and it is. And it smells like watermelon, you guys. It smells so good. So I'm just going to take a thin layer, and then I'm going to spread it out with my rat tail comb, the end of the comb, and then I'm going to use my blow dryer, and I'm going to use the blow dryer on a cool setting until everything dries clear. And I'm only doing one layer because I took the wig off right after, but I just wanted you guys to see how I did this method. So going in with my blow dryer on a cool setting, like I said, and letting it dry until it gets clear, and then I'm gonna go over just on the ends of the cap just to make sure that it's secure. That way it doesn't like roll up. Sometimes it does that, so I just go over it again. So now I'm gonna go ahead and cut the ends off the cap, and you want to take your time doing this. Don't rush it, because then you have to start over, and you don't want to cut your ear, so make sure you really take your time when you're cutting over your ear. So once I cut over my ear, I'm just gonna take that end tab and cut it, and what's left all over I'm going to just cut off. And I'm going to do the same thing, and this is what the part I was saying about going over the end after you cut it. Sometimes it does roll up, so you just want to go back over it on the end, so that way when you put the wig on it does not roll up. And then I'm going to continue to do the same thing on the other side, and I'm getting really close to my hairline, and being very careful not to cut my ear, and doing the same thing. And I did use a little bit of Got2b just on the ends because I did not want to use too much lace glue. And now I'm going to go ahead and put my wig on, so that way I can see if I need to cut any more lace off. Well, not lace, I'm sorry, the wig cap off. And if I do, I'm just going to cut a little bit more. But you guys, like, it looks so good, and you can't see the cap, so it just looks even better. And I'm just going to you know, see how it looks before I start to spray it down. And yeah, and this hairline just looks so good, and I'm just, you know, seeing if I need to pluck anything else, and just seeing how I like it before I start to spray it down. Alright y'all, so I'm gonna talk to y'all for a little bit while my hot comb warms up. I'm so in love with this hair. I haven't even finished installing it, and this is my first time using this Ericka J Hold Me Down adhesive, and it smells like watermelon. It smells really good. I actually bought this after watching Ericka J's masterclass. So as you guys can see, I did like his method as far as like plucking the hairline on the white paper towel. And I most definitely will continue to do that. Like, this looks so good. Like, oh my gosh, I'm like so geeked. So now my hot comb is up to 500 degrees. What I'm gonna do now is take my Got2b, and I'm just gonna spray the hairline, so that way before I start to spray down the lace or whatever, all the little hairs is out the way. Because if you don't get the hairs out the way first, it's gonna kind of mess up the install, and then you're gonna have problems with like lifting and stuff. So just spray your hairline. I'm gonna spray a little bit just to get these little hairs out the way. Alright, so I'm gonna take my hot comb. This thing gets so hot, y'all. And even with this True Match lace spray, lace tint, it made it so much easier. Like usually with like transparent or HD lace, it's a little hard to blend. Well, not HD. HD is very easy to blend, but like transparent sometimes it can be a little harder on darker complexion. So you always have to like put makeup and stuff on it. So that's why I like the True Match. Makes it a lot easier. Alright, so before I glue it down, I'm just going to cut off a little bit more of my cap, because you can see just a tad bit. So I'm just going to cut a little bit more off. Okay, so I'm not going to use the Ericka J lace glue. I'm gonna just use my Got To Be because I'm gonna take the wig right off. I just wanted to try it with the ball cap method, and it really works. So I'll leave the link down below where you can purchase this from her website. And like I said, it smells like watermelon. So alright, so what I'm gonna do is do like 3 to 4 layers, and then I'm gonna blow dry it on a cool setting, and then go ahead and start putting it down before I cut it. So now I'm going to go ahead and start placing the wig down. I am using my rat tail comb to press it into the hairspray. I don't want to use my fingers because it is sticky and it'll get stuck to my fingers, and then the residue from my fingers on the lace will get kind of messed up. So I prefer to use the comb. So I'm just going to press it into the spray, and then I am going to make sure that I don't have any hair underneath that lace, because like I said in the earlier clips, that if you have hair underneath your install under the lace, it does mess it up and it will lift. So you just want to make sure you're really clean underneath the lace. And now I'm going to go ahead and tie it down with my scarf, and I let it sit for like maybe like 20 minutes. And then moving on, I went ahead and took it off after the 20 minutes or so, however long it was. And this is what it's looking like after it's like really melted down. Looks so good. I'm just going to comb it out on the sides, and I'm taking my eyebrow razor, and I like to use the eyebrow razor instead of scissors because it gives it more of a jacket cut, so it looks more realistic, whereas a scissors kind of gives you more like of a blunt straight cut, and I don't like that look. So I like to use the eyebrow razor. And you want to be very careful not to rip the lace, so take your time. And I'm getting really close to the hairline, and then I'll go over some pieces with my scissors just to get a little bit closer. And as far as the ends, I'm just going to cut over my ear and take that extra lace off. And now I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. This side you can see a little bit better when I'm cutting over my ears. And again, getting really close to that hairline. And this clip, as you can see, is sped up, but take your time. It took me a little while to install it because I wanted it to be perfect. So now moving on to the baby hair, I'm going to use my eyebrow razor and take out small sections and begin to cut. And I did use some alcohol just to clean up around my forehead where that spray was. I did do it off camera. So you want to use alcohol to clean up like the glue or whatever you use to lay down your lace to get it off. So to create my baby hair, I'm going to use my curling iron, and this trick is so easy. It's so much easier to do your baby hair like this because I always struggle with baby hair. So once you curl it, then you take your Got To Be and your edge brush, and you begin to basically swoop it, because the curling iron made it so much easier that it's already like swooped, if that makes sense. So all you got to do is just brush it into place. And it did take me a while because this was my first time doing it, but it was so easy. And like I said, I learned this trick from watching Ericka J's masterclass, and it just made it so much easier to make baby hair. Like, you don't have to use a whole bunch of gel, and just curl it with your curling iron, or I mean your flat iron, and it's like already in place. And then just swoop it the way you like it. And I love how it came out. It did take me a while, but I love how it's soft looking. You know how some baby hairs, they can be a little harsh with all the gel and stuff, but when you do it this way, they're still soft and you can still you know, play with them. And it did take me a while to do it, you guys, so this clip is really edited because it took so long, but I really loved how my little sideburn turned out. So doing the same thing, taking a small piece and cutting it with my eyebrow razor, and taking my curling iron and begin to curl it under and then swoop. So this is what one side is starting to look like. I went ahead and did the other side off camera because my camera was dying, and I went ahead and tied it down. Now again, this is me back after like, who knows, 20-30 minutes. And it looks so good. Like, I love how it turned out. My little baby hairs and sideburns look so pretty. So now I'm going to take my Got To Be spray and some shine spray, and I'm going to spray that on the top and then go over with my hot comb, just flatten it out even more. And then I'm going to go down the part with some bronzer just to define it a little bit. And this is what it's looking like. So I'm going to talk to you guys about the hair in the next clip. Alright, you guys, so all I did was just go down my part a little bit just to clean it up more, but I am finished. I love this hair so much. It is so pretty, and the HD lace, like, I did not really have to do nothing to it. After I put that lace tint on it, it was like easy after that. And this was actually my first time doing a bald cap method. I've done it before, but I just never done it on camera. But with this lace being so thin, I had to do it because you would have seen the stocking cap, and that wouldn't have been cute. So, and using that Ericka J lace glue, it smells so good. Like, I can still smell it a little bit. It smells like watermelons. But I loved how it dried really fast, and I didn't use a lot. Like you saw, I did like a really thin layer because I'm not trying to mess up my edges. No. But yes, I'm just so happy with how this hair turned out. You know, did my little shebang bang, you know. I always have a hard time doing baby hair, and you know, on me, it's not that I don't like it, you know, I had to get used to it, but I think it's pretty, you know, for the first try, it's gotten better. And then on top of that, you know, using the flat iron to kind of like curl it, it made it so much easier, so that way all I had to do was just swoop it. And I actually learned that from watching Ericka J's masterclass. So if you guys have watched it, like, he gave some really good tips on it. So yeah, this hair is just so pretty. This is 3 bundles of 28, 30, and 32 inches, as well as a 20 inch HD lace frontal. And I'm just so happy with it, and it's so long too for it to be 32 inches. I thought it was gonna be kind of short on me, but it's really long. But I just love it. Like, no more going back to any other lace other than HD lace. Like, if it's not transparent or HD lace, I don't want it, because it's just so much better. Like, it's just like, I'm just so psyched over this hair. But anyway, when you do get your hair, I did do a review on the Beyani hair in my last video. So when you get your hair, it will arrive in like a little silk, whatever this is called, and you'll have your hair in here or whatever. But I did say in my other video on the review that I will keep shopping with the hair company. They're not so quick with shipping, so I know I did get a lot of questions asked about that, and that's just probably because of what's going on, you know, COVID and everything like that. But you guys be patient, and once you get your hair, you will love it, because every package that I've gotten from them, I have no complaints at all. So yeah, you guys, not to draw this video too long, I hope you guys enjoyed how I installed my wig, and I hope my little tips helped you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as follow me on Instagram at VictoriaShavon_, and I will see you guys later in my next video. Also, turn on your post notifications. I always forget to say that in my videos, so turn on your post notifications, so that way when I post, you'll have the first dibs. You'll see it. So yeah, you guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.